Breaking news, folks. 89.825% of those polled agree that 2023 will require humor and intentional choices to protect and grow democracy worldwide. Luckily, gorgeous George Clooney will almost certainly agree to sell his penis, so the proceeds fund and inspire the world's youth, people of color, and women, as well as others, to create new disruptive models of democracy better than any at any time in our history. All penis characters and events are from my dreams, even those based on real people. All are impersonated poorly and are thus fictional. Do not permit our pod to come into your ears if you are allergic to the penis, as various illnesses, including death, may occur. The following programs should not be heard or viewed by anyone. Folks, are you experiencing anxiety or depressions watching the elected political leaders of the new GOP-led House of Representatives fail to elect a leader and keep our government running? You know them. They're the ones incapable of defining a platform or even a list of how to address any of the major current national and world events or crises facing us. Is this leading you to feelings of negativity coursing through your veins or causing you to have nightmares as new GOP House Representative George Santos is investigated for fraud in both Brazil and the United States while loaning his campaign $700,000 from himself that no one can figure out where it possibly came from? If any of this has you feeling down, all you need to do is pop Gorgeous George's intercontinentally ballistic and hypersonic, audaciously tasty, juicy, and nutritious little peanuts of positivities into your mouth. Once you chomp down on his nuts, waves of positivities will be coming all over you. Some of you might ask why. Why is there so much positivity waiting to come out of Gorgeous George's tasty little penis of positivity? At the Little Penis That Could, the podcast and the cartoon series, we believe it is because if we accomplish our prank, the world will unite in the promotion of justice and democracies, and this will all be inspired by us executing the world's greatest prank by creating the previously unattainable opportunity of you possibly purchasing Gorgeous George's tasty little penis. If you're one of us, looking for all the possible ways to unite and protect world democracies, visit any of our social media and learn why we think that ION nations, international online nations, are one of the ways we should consider in protecting and growing worldwide and American democracy. And P.S., if any of you know Gorgeous George, let him know that my good friend Brad and I are really inspired to create an amazing marketing campaign for his audaciously tasty, juicy, and nutritious little penis of positivities. Buongiorno, folks. Dr. Gino Bartali here, also known as the Italian Penis Chef. I am your resident political analyst on the Little Penis That Could podcast and cartoon series. Today we will discuss ION Nation politics, where we believe that democracy is most efficacious. When democracy is the most audacious. He's a trademark that. Before we talk politics as related to ION nations, international online nations, let's describe where democracy currently stands in America. Our newly elected GOP Republican and MAGA insurrectionists are now in substantial control of America's House of Representatives. They, the GOP, they have failed for the first time in 100 years to elect the leaders of their party as required constitutionally to run our nation. What this means for the free world is this. Even when they finally do the very minimum of their responsibility by appointing leaders to run the House of Representatives, the world's largest and previously strongest democracy will now be substantially under the control of white nationalist insurrectionists. We, the patriotic Americans, and the world have a message to the supposed moderate and democratic supporting conservatives and their elected representatives of America. You either elected or were elected and sworn to lead America's democracy, not to dismantle and destroy American democracy. We, the world's lovers of democracy, implore you, either save democracy through upholding your oaths while you are in your own party, or, if you have lost control to the insurrectionists, join those of us of all parties who vow to uphold our constitutional democracy. We at The Little Penis That Could, the podcast and cartoon series, believe that Ion Nations, international online nations, can compel and empower worldwide democratic activists to explore and to champion all manner of ways to protect and save world democracy. Please join us as we make 2023 the year of Aphasis and Bodacious democracy. Ciao, bella. Buongiorno, folks. As most of you likely know, in every show, I like to read one of my personal handwritten letters to my hero, gorgeous George Clooney. Here's this week's letter. Dear Mr. Gorgeous, I recently watched your CBS Kennedy Center Award presentation, and I found myself very inspired. So I asked myself, did I really think or believe that with the help of people all across the world, we could both convince and prank you into selling your tasty little penis for charities and to promote justice and democracy all across the world? I wondered, Mr. Gorgeous, would you accept that challenge? I want you to know I did feel some trepidations, but then your friend Brad, he described you like this.
If you're George Clooney, it's all about choices. The decisions to move through life, always reaching for the things that stretch you, the roles that challenge you, and the moments that show you who you want to become. Choices come with risk, but for George's consciousness of his personal responsibility, abiding passion, and deep convictions has led him to other choices. George has said that his biggest fear is doing the same thing 10 years from now. For him, that would be a failure. Whatever his choices in years to come, they will continue to contribute to his greatest role ever.
This is why I believe Mr. Gorgeous. I believe that if I asked Brad Pitt what he thought, I believe that he would say, it is your divine destiny to sell your penis to save world democracies. I also believe that he would tell the world that you are the man with the most inspirational penis in the world. Stay hungry, my friend, and share the penis. Ciao, bella. Well, folks, we hope you enjoyed today's latest show. As you know, we're trying all manner of ways to spark international discussions about protecting and growing democracy worldwide. We hope to inspire you with a new approach into 2023, where we will attempt to imitate, in some ways, an amazing YouTube channel called Oversimplified. We hope to do this by telling humorous cartoon stories about the future and potential of democracy while comparing current situations with historical ones. As always, pranking gorgeous George Clooney's into selling his tasty little penis will be a part of what we share. And with that, we wish you happy 2023. Stay hungry, my friends, and share the penis. Ciao, Bell.